week was cool. Other than that, I'm preparing myself to be working in another city for a couple weeks. Go out there and network, get the grind, put that work in. And that's pretty much where I'm at. Just gonna go. How you were just saying how the steps just kind of revealed themselves, like they kind of unravel. I would call it being in alignment universally, even though you're not a universe guy. It wasn't no mistake that on the day you don't come to the gym at a time I don't come to the gym, we run into each other, and then we have a conversation that I wasn't really even open to because I had already made my mind up that I was doing it by myself. Right. Like I'm not working with a motherfucker because I don't got time for somebody to quit on me. I'm tired of people quitting. And then I revisited it because you sent me 4,600 characters.
The love letter, right?
The love letter, 4-page letter, expressing yourself and how nobody ever believed in into your vision and your viewership, and then all of this cool shit.
My failures,
all your aspirations, how you wanted to direct, and da da da.
I said all that too.
Let me give this kid a chance.
That's the funny part too, yo. That's why I said we have a great partnership because, he's a marketing guy. Now it's smut time. He's a marketing guy, he know how to do some. He know how to get some clicks. Cool. Oh, shout out to the platform for getting, talking shit about the numbers and the virality. Crazy. Shout out to the, as you said, the fastest growing podcast ever in history. World Guinness Book of World Records. True story. Read a book. 100%. But again, he talking about people quitting on him, but we ain't gonna talk about he's had his bouts with stopping and starting and consistency. Yeah. And, so I know I brought that like accountability just by, no, for sure. I'm here, we doing this, and
Yeah. So to be fair.
Conversation. I can let you go, but still be confident in my way. So everybody can't just sit here. Let's talk your shit, Q. Yeah. Everybody can't just sit here.
That's true. I'll say this, right? I'll say this. The dynamic is definitely a match, right? And I feel like as far as in quitting, I've never quit. I've always pivoted. The difference. And most of the time I pivoted, I had to pivot because people quit. So it's like, nigga, if I'm fucking directing a show and the lead fucking actors quit.
What would Spike Lee do? Get on camera.
I was already on camera.
Again. What did Martin do?
But,
multiple cameras.
And then, with that, even in particular, the production team. I've learned through everything. I learned to, cross your T's and dot your I's. But when I look back on it, the only thing I've ever stopped doing was music. I stopped. Nothing else in business or anything. No, I got to stop there. I stopped the haircut. That was me. But just those two things. Everything else I've done was
pivots
because I had to figure it out. Like, bro, it'd be unforeseeable shit that transpires. Like, nigga, if you don't fucking show up to work and think the building going to be seized, like, what the fuck, y'all? This shit got foreclosed on while we in it. And now it's like, what do we do? You feel what I'm saying? So, like, what do we do? Now we working out the back of the truck. You feel me? So, it's like, that's typically how it has been. That's just been my journey. And I realized that it's always a small piece of something that I've taken from everything I've pivoted from. So, it wasn't like a hard pivot of you did nothing with it. It was like, this taught me that. And now I use that over here. Like, I'm only what I am in marketing because I've done so much different stuff to realize that this shit is transparent across the board. I know what makes people want to listen, buy, click, cry, laugh, because marketing is not just about, people always focus on the demographics, right? Like, oh, what's their age? Where they at geographically? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's their ethnicity? I focus on the psychographics. Fuck that. All right, you can have two 35-year-olds from the city of Philadelphia, right? They can live right next to each other. But one got 2 kids and one don't have kids. These are 2 different women. One prioritizes safety while the other one might prioritize adventure. One has to understand that their decisions compound to affect the people that they take care of, while the other can do what they want and live freely. Same thing applies to men. So when you're thinking about the product you sell, if I'm trying to market to somebody that's 35 years old with 2 kids, I'm going to try to sell something that's safety. All right, your kids got bikes. I'm selling bike helmets because I can sell you on the fact that these helmets will protect your kids' lives. You'll buy that. Me trying to sell that to the 35-year-old neighbor who has no kids, he'd be like, I don't give a fuck about no helmets. So I'm going to sell her a travel experience that she never going to forget. Yo, we got a singles cruise that's going all around the world for 7 days for $7.99, and it comes with X, Y, and Z. And to her, it's an opportunity to meet her potential lover. These are the type of ways that I approach marketing and understanding, like, what makes people want to do. Like, all right, because it's not just like we all in our 30s, but our experiences make us interested in different things. So getting to know your potential consumer or just having that customer avatar, you know who you're targeting. Even in a business that I'm about to go in a business you're about to go in, I would understand, okay, you're about to be a such and such for this particular industry. This is the approach you need to take. And as I am doing for my industry, is understanding like, all right, that was the element I added to that business fast, expeditiously. Was like, okay, this is why we're going to see the traction, because we are able to target the people we are trying to target in a way that makes them feel like this is a match. You know, like considering like even with this. And that was one of the things that I evaluated in our first couple episodes. I came into it saying, you know what? I'm going to be myself that my friends get. The asshole version that play too much, that's super silly, you know what I mean? Versus me being 10-2 wolf, just, you know, the people I'm just a little apprehensive about. So when I did that, that was going to determine if this was going to work, because had you took certain things personally or whatever, then because if I had to give you the opportunity to see who you was, because if I didn't, then it would have been like, all right, yeah, we working together, but you don't even really know who I really am, and I don't really know who you really are, and I don't know if I bust this joke about your grandma, how you gonna feel? You know what I mean? But when I came out the gate, we just right at each other, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, he gonna throw his punches back, and I'm cool with that, because you're not just gonna stand in the corner and get punched on too much. You gonna let me punch on you, though. You might throw a little swing. Yeah, you gotta throw a girly like I just did. You see my girly swing? That's me swinging like Q.
That should be connecting, though.
No, but I give you credit for that, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that dynamic. Because I've worked with other people, and it ain't always as fun.
Yeah, and also I would add to the record as well, just for our dynamic. I think, you know, because one of his issues is, you know, timeliness. You know your personnel. Promptness. I also feel like if that wasn't mine, I think it would be a struggle.
For sure. But even I showed up here today ready to say fuck y'all. And what I mean by that, let me put this on the record, because it ain't fuck y'all in a negative way. It's like, you know what? I'm tired of feeling judged when I walk in 15 minutes late. Fuck y'all.
Just
y'all
15?
just gotta know.
Just 15?
Today you can't. So time out. Q has a thing where he blames me for things that are out of my control. I did not know that I was going to have to go where I had to go to get what we needed.
You get all the blame.
To film. You feel me? Like, but I take accountability. That's why I communicated. Hey, y'all, I'm still waiting. I'm not just sitting here lollygagging. But what I will take accountability for, I did stop and get breakfast. That was me. The other shit was out of my control. The breakfast was completely out of my control.
Ate inside the building.
I ate it while I drove, but regardless, we had to wait outside for it to get done. So that was me. I take accountability for that. Yeah. But all in all, though, what I will say is that's another reason why it allows me to fully be me, because nigga, you are punctual, and I'm not. And I'm cool with that. I realized, I was like, you know what? Because I understand certain things about you that I just tolerate. Like, yo, you know what? That's just Q.
Right,
I'm not about to try to change this man. This man probably been this way for his entire life. This nigga's never going to therapy. He's unpacked.
He's
healed.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to try to convince him.
Absolutely.
For me, it's timing. And it's not, I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of the time it's on purpose. Almost all of the time it's on purpose. I have a rap mindset. I was a rapper for so many years. I'm used to showing up. And before that, I was a lit promoter. And it was always getting there fashionably late.
Right,
I never had a job. Only place I probably showed up to kinda on time was school. Kinda. Because I knew the grace period. And some of the times I did get detention. You know, so lateness has always been a thing to me. And I know they like, if you late, you don't respect people's time. Nah, I can't say that, because I feel like the meeting don't start till I get there.
And on that note, this guy's good. This guy's good. No, when you start saying that, yo, I'm not late. If I told you I'm gonna be late, I'm like, oh, this guy's good.
But the thing is, once you back the time, if somebody say it's gonna take 3 to 7 days,
you still late. You just told me you're gonna be late.
If somebody said it take 3 to 7 days for a turnaround, and then on the third day they say, why they still got a 4-day window?
All right.
Yo, it's gonna take 2 weeks. They not late.
You still late.
No, they just didn't abide to the original time frame. Late would be, it's the 7th day, no communication. Where is it at? It's going to be 3 more days. That's late. But if
That's inconsiderate.
But if you're early to communicate, you ain't late. Fuck what he's talking about.
Fair. But speaking of being unpacked in therapy,